your hands up. Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
The Admirals kick off a quick 3-game homestand tonight, riding a 7-game point streak and earning 5 of 6 points in each of their last 2 series. Tonight begins a 3-game set against the Greensboro Gargoyles, and while they may have a revamped roster, the Norfolk mindset continues to be geared towards the push for the Kelly Cup playoffs. Hello everyone, welcome inside the broadcast booth high above Scope Ice. Nick Gimbel with Ben Draper off to my right. Brad Jones not on the broadcast this weekend. He should be here on Sunday taking care of business over at Chilled Ponds. So riding solo on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network, I'm Nick Gimbel here for the Cox Mobile pregame show. The Admirals riding that 7-game point streak, a really good 2026 for this Admirals group, still trying to recover from the months of November and December where they lost 16 of 19, but they have really put themselves in a good position to continue fighting for a spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs. We'll take a look at some highlights from the most recent Admirals game, the end of that Northeastern road trip against the Maine Mariners. It was actually the Maine Wild Blueberries that the Admirals went up against, riding a 2-game win streak at the time. As right here, Nathan Knoll with a collision in front on Andreev, who got the scoring started. Very physical, very fast-paced series between these two teams. We will see the Maine Mariners for 3 games back at Cross Insurance Arena later in the month of April, and then Brady Florent does what he does best, right on the outside of the net. able to tie it up with just about a minute remaining in that first period. The Admirals would then take a bit of a power play into the start of the second period, tied at 1. And this is what would become one of the ECHL plays of the week. You'll see Hardy get it on the far half wall, and watch this pass from Jack O'Leary, and another goal for Brody Crane, a one-timer that would give the Admirals a 2-1 lead early in the second period. Unfortunately for the Admirals, that would be the last time they found the back of the net in this game on Saturday. Again, another great look at the spinorama no-look pass from Jack O'Leary in the slot. We fast forward to the third period. The Maine Wild Blueberries working it towards the front, and a deflection ties it up halfway through the final period. Nothing Isaac Poulter can do. We would go into overtime as the Admirals got some good looks. Brody Crane moves it to the high slot, and this is one that Josh McDougall really wants back. Able to ice the game if he is able to put it past. But here, the Maine Wild Blueberries, Jacob Hudson, able to put it past Isaac Poulter and taking down the Admirals in overtime. So the Admirals' last game lost in regulation was against these Greensboro Gargoyles. A 7-game point streak, 5-0-2-0 in their last 7. We'll head to a short break, and when we come back for the rest of the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll preview game number 7 of this 12-game season-long series between the Admirals and Gargoyles.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network as the Admirals begin another 3-game set against the Greensboro Gargoyles. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel here for the Cox Mobile pregame show. Producer Benjamin Draper off to my right. No Brad Jones for tonight or tomorrow. We'll see him back here on Sunday afternoon for the conclusion of this three-game series. We'll get right into it tonight as the Admirals welcome in the Gargoyles for just the fourth time, this season, as it is game number 7 here against the Gargoyles. We'll take a look now at some of the recent additions for the Admirals. A really good lineup of collegiate players brought into this Admirals lineup. It all started out of Mercyhurst with Caleb Price. He has amassed 8 games, a goal, and 3 assists for the young defenseman out of Mercyhurst. Another defenseman brought in with a teammate out of Canisius College, Jack Piscucci, a second-generation Admirals player. His father, Ron Piscucci, played here back in the mid-90s. So far, 5 games for each for Piscucci and Killian Keeker-Olsen. Jack Piscucci getting his first professional point, an assist, and a 3-assist performance against the Worcester Railers, giving Keeker-Olsen 3 assists in 5 games played. Michael Cetera out of the University of Alaska Fairbanks will make his professional debut tonight and sign to an amateur tryout contract, while Terry Peronin, not in the lineup tonight. We will still await his professional debut, but a good lineup for this Admirals team with some help from the NCAA ranks. A couple of trades also completed as we see James Hardy coming in from the Jacksonville Icemen, Nick McCary coming in from the Atlanta Gladiators. So now let's take a look and see how the Admirals line up in Game 1 of this 3-game series. So the lineup will be a little bit different than what we see here. It is going to be Grant Hebert back in the lineup. He'll be centering Brady Florent and Brandon Osmondson on that top line. The second line is going to stay together. Christoph Papp is going to be centering Jaden Dureau and Brody Crane. That second line has a good feel to it, the same way that the Osmondson, Yoder, and O'Leary line had with it. Killian Keeker-Olsen will drop down to a third-line center position with Hebert back in the lineup. He'll center Jack O'Leary and Michael Cetera making his professional debut. And the fourth line will be Nathan Knoll centering Marco Reifenberger and James Hardy. The D pairs are exactly as they were during the road trip. Musser and McDougall on that first D pair. Engum and Magnuson drawing back into the lineup. He was out on that Saturday loss, nursing a lower body injury. David Drake back out of the lineup. And then the third D pair of Caleb Price and Jack Piscucci stays together for the Admirals. So again, this Admirals team has really found good depth throughout their lineup. Killian Keeker-Olsen dropping down to that third line center position just really helps out that depth on this Admirals lineup, and that top line gets put back together as Grant Hebert is back with Brady Florent and Brandon Osmondson. Should be a good 1, 2, 3, 4 punch all the way up and down this Admirals lineup with that solid defensive back end for the blue and gold. For the Greensboro Gargoyles, it is a much different looking Gargoyle team than we saw last time in the home-and-home series. 72 goals and 173 points traded away from this Gargoyle roster. Tyler Weiss, 15 goals, 20 assists for 35 points, traded to the Indy Fuel, as well as Trevor Zins, a good defenseman, not amassing a lot of points, but a lot of good defensive stands, where we mentioned Trevor Zins' name for the Gargoyles. He also went to the Indy Fuel. Traded to the Bloomington Bison, Denis Gore and Zach Fairmouth. Traded to the South Carolina Stingrays, Anthony Rinaldi. Traded to the Kalamazoo Wings, Patrick Newell. And the captain is gone, Logan Nelson. Traded to the Fort Wayne Comets, brought back to the Gargoyles, forward Josh Grohl. He has not reported yet to this Greensboro team, so he will not be in the lineup for this Gargoyle team. I was talking with the opposite broadcaster, Casey Ditzel, about that. So Josh Grohl is not going to be on the road trip for the Greensboro Gargoyles, but we'll take a look now at that Gargoyle lineup to see how they set up opposite of the Admirals with this different look. That top line is still going to be a heavy unit for this Gargoyle team. Ethan Lay, centering David Gagnon and Blake Biondi. Gagnon and Biondi flanking Lay are the only two Chicago Wolves AHL signed players right now on this Gargoyle roster. Richardson, Kumonsis, and Hanley will be that second line. Nate Hanley, one of 3 players making their professional debut tonight, as the Gargoyles signed a trio of NCAA players over the last week as we hit the ECHL trade deadline on Thursday at 3 p.m. That third line, Greg Smith, Jordan Byro, and Jake Swetlikoff. Swetlikoff, only with 3 games played, still looking for his first goal of the season and his first ECHL goal. So far, 9 assists for 9 points for 10 in white tonight for the Gargoyles. And that fourth line, Kuzma, Doyle, and Seymour. Braden Doyle with 9 AHL games played, but he's out there with Jack Seymour, also making a professional debut. Bryce Montgomery, the big 6'5", 225-pound Carolina Hurricanes signed defenseman out there with Artem Borshov. Dalton Skelly and Austin May will round out the trio that are making their professional debut for this Gargoyles team. Blake Dangos and Noah Delmas, that third D pair for the Greensboro Gargoyles. So it is a much different looking Gargoyle team. That top line is still going to be a line to shut down for the Admirals. But again, Norfolk gets Grant Hebert back. They get their D pair set once again, and they are able to provide a little bit of depth as they drop Killian Keeker-Olsen down to that third line. I talked to head coach Jeff Carr pregame just after morning skate, and I got some of his keys to the game. Specifically, talking about Greensboro, the black and white. I asked Jeff about this new look Greensboro team. They lost their top scorers, they lost their captains, they lost their core players, and brought in a bunch of new college players and a couple players from trades. He said he sees a resemblance to his 2022-2023 Admirals team when he took over. Greensboro out of the playoffs. They've got new players coming in to play a simple game. Greensboro has nothing to lose. Norfolk needs to be ready to match that style of play and keep their game as clean and clear as it can be. Game 5 mentality. You would think a Game 7 mentality, but Jeff said Greensboro is out, but Norfolk still has a chance at a playoff spot. It's a hefty hill to climb, but there's a path forward. And it's not a Game 7 because it's not just a single game. Jeff said, and I quote, "We're down 3-1 in the series. We need to win these 3 games or our playoff lives are done. It's not just about winning tonight. It's about making sure the weekend is won." And finally, focus. The Admirals have really turned their roster around over the last month. There was a time where the team dressed a player short because we didn't have enough healthy bodies. At morning skate today, we had 5 forward lines and 4 D pairs on the ice. That's 5 extra bodies, not including injured reserve Braden Nicolettes. With the playoff mentality starting now, players cannot lose focus on the big picture. Everybody wants to play, everybody wants ice time, but you need to be focused and ready when you're called upon, whether it's your next shift or your next game suiting up. Musser was injured in warm-ups on the road trip in Allen, Texas, and Dylan Savenkov came in with just about 20 minutes notice. That's the kind of focus that the Admirals need to have up and down, in and out of the lineup. Things happen, and Carzy made it clear that everyone is on the table, and it's on them to be focused and ready when their time comes. So again, this Admirals group really not just looking for this game, but they're really looking at the full product of this 3-game weekend. They're down 3-1 in the hypothetical series. They need to win all 3 games to win the hypothetical series and advance and keep their playoff hopes alive. Players to watch tonight for the Admirals, it's going to be Killian Keeker-Olsen, still looking for his first professional goal, but a 3-assist night for 26 in white at the time, as he got 3 assists in that game against the Worcester Railers. His first 5 pro games were on the top line with Flo and Ozzie. Now Heebs is back in the lineup, so he'll filter with O'Leary and Cetera. On home ice, Jeff can get matchups he wants, so Killian Keeker-Olsen should be able to take advantage of his experience on the top line against the opposition's best shutdown players and drive that third line. For Greensboro, it's Ethan Lay, 24 points in 29 games and a 6-year NCAA career. 3 with Quinnipiac and 3 with Bentley. In his last 2 seasons at Bentley, he wore the captaincy and was a point-per-game player in those 2 years. He's a natural leader and just spent a couple of days in the American Hockey League with the Chicago Wolves. I think he's poised to be one of the driving forces for the Gargoyles offense and be a leader on a team that traded away their 3 captains before the deadline. This has been the Cox Mobile pregame show on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll bring you tonight's starting lineups, national anthem, and puck drop between the Admirals and Gargoyles.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
It's time to send it down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimbel to tell us tonight's starting lineups, introduce the national anthem, and get you set for puck drop as the Admirals host Game 1 of 3 against their newest North Division rival, the Greensboro Gargoyles.
And now the starting lineup for your Norfolk Admirals, presented by Sky 4. On defense, your captain, number 4, Carson Musser. On defense, number 23, Josh McDougall. At forward, making his professional debut, number 8, Michael Santana. At forward, number 9, Jack O'Leary. At forward, number 26, Killian Keeker-Olsen. Starting in goal, number 30, Isaac Poulter. Fans, please turn your attention to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Tonight's puck drop is in honor of Onyx Benjamin Cable, who lost his life to leukemia in November at the age of 2. Onyx loved making people smile. He was loved by many, and he was the greatest brother, son, grandson, and nephew to his family. Dropping the puck tonight are his parents, BJ and Ola, and his big brother, Bo. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight our community continues to grieve following the tragic events that occurred on the campus of Old Dominion University on March 12th. We continue to keep those who were impacted by these events in our thoughts, and we stand with the students, faculty, staff, families, and all members of the ODU community. At this time, we ask that you join us in a moment of silence to pay respects to Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw and those who were injured or impacted that day. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please stand if you're able? And gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome the Color Guard from the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome students from Tarleton Elementary School. Tarleton Elementary School. Marco, let's play hockey!
All right, Admirals fans, you might not be able to see me, but I know you can hear me. And it's time to start hockey weekend at the Norfolk Scope. It's a Friday night and it's time to play. So get up, get ready, get loud, and make some noise!
We're ready to get the Friday night party started here at Scope Arena. Starting goaltenders for tonight. It's a couple of NHL signed netminders. Isaac Poulter, his 33rd appearance of the season, 20 wins on the season, got the most recent overtime loss in Maine, but coming in with a 2.69 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. Ruslan Hajeyev, his 32nd appearance, 7 wins on the season, 3.26 goals against average and a .889 save percentage. They'll bring the teams to center ice. Norfolk in blue moving left to right. Greensboro in white moving right to left. We'll still wait for puck to be dropped. And here we go. Michael Cetera, his first professional game Getting the start out there with Keeker Olsen and Jack O'Leary. He'll move it along for Keeker Olsen. A backhander kicked away by the skate blade of Ruslan Hajeev. A long-range blue line shot from McDougal knocked in front. Held at the top of the circle by Cetera. Fans on the dump in. And from the near side circle, it is dumped cross corner all the way down for no icing. McDougal will look for Cetera. He'll backhand it off the wall. All the way down to Greensboro territory. O'Leary on the forecheck against Montgomery, who backhands it to the near side for Artem Borshaw. Right up for Greg Smith down the left wing wall. Smith thrown to the glass by Pap. There's a breakaway pass right in for Jaden Dureau. Score! Just like that, the Admirals are off and running with a 1-zip lead over the Gargoyles. A breakaway pass for Jaden Dureau. That will be Dureau's 14th goal of the season, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Admirals. Not even a minute into the contest.
Admirals Coastal Cocktail goal. Scoring his 14th of the season, number 17, Jaden Dureau. Assist for number 6, Brody Crane. At 53 seconds of the first period, Dureau from Crane at 53 seconds of the first period.
Admirals will go right back on the attack. Braden Engum, the defenseman, joins the play, throws it in front, but it's paddled away by Ruslan Hajeev. Just about a minute and a half gone in period one. Norfolk's already on the board, 1-0 over the Greensboro Gargoyles. High slot shot rips just wide of the near side post, wide of Poulter. From that far corner, all the way to the blue line. Gargoyles move it laterally. Doyle shot, deflected in, 1-1 tie. May have been deflected in front by Ethan Lay. Not even 2 minutes in. We're tied at 1. Just a seeing eye shot as we take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Doyle sends that shot from the blue line. May have been deflected by Ethan Lay. He celebrated like it. We'll wait for the official goal announcement.
Number 19, Ethan Lay. Assist for number 4, Braden Doyle. And number 77, Noah Delmas. At 1:55 of the first period.
So Lay does get a deflection on it. We're tied right back up at 1. 17:40 left in period 1. Hajeev makes a save, and it rolls through the crease to the near side corner. Kumansis can't clear. Hebert with his first touch of his game back following an injury, so he's out here on the top line with Osmondson and Florent, but a 2-on-2 is started for Greensboro. Stymied in the neutral zone. Musser forces the turnover, brought right back in for a shot that's wide of Isaac Poulter on the far post. He'll stop another rebound shot off the end wall, and it's chipped all the way out. Osmondson trying to get to the loose puck, but he'll head to the bench for a line change. Kumansis will backhand it in, pushed aside by Engum, but it's dumped into the corner for Magnuson. Back up to the near half wall, O'Leary finds Keeker Olsen. He'll fake the pass to Cetera, who stretches to stay onside. Keeker Olsen thrown in front of the Gargoyle bench, and a turnover finds its way all the way down to Admiral territory with 16:50 left in a tied first period. 1-1 is our score. Keeker Olsen will restart it for Braden Engum, who again jumps up in the play. He'll send it towards the front, paddled down by Ruslan Hajeev, and no rebound there for O'Leary to pounce on top of. Well, we talked about it. This Admirals team is on a 7-game surge. 5-0-2-0 in their last 7 games. Isaac Poulter specifically in those 5 games he was a part of. 4-0-1-0, 1.80 goals against average, .941 save percentage. For the Admirals, 24-15 score differential, a +9. They were outshot in all 3 of the games during the road trip, but they still have a shot lead against the opposition, 206-192. 27.8% on the power play and 90% on the penalty kill in those 7 games. So the Admirals trying to continue that streak and try to get as many points as possible to get back in the North Division playoff race, but will be stopped with 6:15 left in period number 1 on a Sheraton Waterside icing. Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. Admirals win a defensive zone face-off. Jack Piscucci takes a man down in front, allowing Caleb Price to skate through the neutral zone. 3-on-2 develops for the Admirals. Price has it knocked away, and it will go to the far side corner. Ethan Lay gets back on his skates and starts the breakout, but it's intercepted by Piscucci. Has a gargoyle right in his hip pocket, so he's forced all the way back to his defensive end. Behind Poulter he goes, and up the near side corner boards, he'll send it out to the neutral zone. Chipped in by Blake Dangos in just his 4th game. Price looking for an outlet. He'll pin it along the dasher boards, but yields possession at the blue line. Montgomery shot deflected wide to the near side corner. Stretch pass finds the stick of Osmondson, battling with Montgomery to hold possession and his footing. He'll drop it at the blue line. McDougal jumps up in the play, knocked away from him, but at the blue line again, it's held by Osmondson, who's cross-checked down to the ice, and the puck migrates to the near corner for an Admirals board battle. They were outnumbering 2-on-1, now it's a 2-on-2 battle. Trying to find McDougal at the blue line was Hebert, but it's taken away by Lay, who tied it up for the Gargoyles after the Admirals scored less than a minute in. We sit 1-1. Now 5 minutes gone in this first period. Admirals chip it to the blue line, not out. Jordan Byro, toe drag shot wide of the near side post. To the far side it goes for Greg Smith. It goes through him, and here comes Jack O'Leary through the neutral zone. O'Leary tries to move it to the left wing for Carson Musser, who jumped up in the play. Migrates to the near circle, down the wall for Killian Keeker-Olsen. Through the trapezoid to the far side, Cetera fires a shot off the shoulder of Hajeyev, and the rebound cleared to the blue line and out to neutral ice. Bouncing in the skates of Magnuson. Engum is there to support. He'll retreat to the safety of his own net. Backhands it up the near wall. Chases the puck down himself and finds Michael Cetera on the breakout. Cetera shot off the blocker hand of Hajeyev, and the rebound to the blue line. Magnuson can't get it deep, and it's skated out by Dalton Skelly. Over the red line, he fans on the dump in. Pat keeps it to the neutral zone. O'Leary pokes at it, trying to find Cetera, but it's on for Christoph Pat. O'Leary, toe drag, he'll walk in, and Hajeyev with a diving poke check. Backhander on the goal line! Kept out. Keeker-Olsen, Piscucci rather, fires a shot. How did that stay out? Save of the week from a Gargoyle defender. Piscucci walks the line. He'll send it down to the near half wall. Catch your breath with 13.5 left in a still tied somehow first period. A slow rolling backhander kept out of the net 2 inches from the goal line. We stay tied at 1 with 13:17 left in this first period. Gargoyles from the blue line, near side circle, no shot taken, and a good defensive stand up by Piscucci. Forces the play up the far wall, now to the near side for Brody Crane. Crane, cross ice. He'll find Caleb Price jumping into the play. A shot paddled away by Hajeyev. Price gets slid into with 12:56 left in period 1. Teams will be allowed to make a line change, which means we'll head to our first media timeout of the night. 12:56 left in a tied first period here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
retired Major Heather Schroedersraker for their service and sacrifice to our nation.
.56 left in a tied first period. 1-1 is our score. An unknown Gargoyle defender with a save of the week proposition. A slow rolling backhander towards the Gargoyle goal line on an empty net, kept out. McDougal looks for James Hardy in the high slot. It's knocked away and the Gargoyles get it to center ice. Behind the net it goes for Isaac Poulter. There's a net guard thrown down onto the ice, so a little bit of debris, but no caution flag thrown just yet, as James Hardy's thrown for a skate up the near side wall. McDougal jumps in, he'll throw it off his skate, and looks back to the blue line for Nathan Knoll, who's covering for him. Back behind the net through Montgomery. To the corner, Hardy. Through the legs of Reifenberger, and out come the Gargoyles on the transition with 12:22 left in a tied first period. Poulter out of his net starts the breakout for Carson Musser. Spinorama in the far corner finds space up the wall for Reifenberger. His chip out is failed, and it comes back to the near side corner. From the circle, a one-timer going through the slot as Lay tried to get a deflection in front. Blue line to the near side. Here it comes out for another Admirals 3-on-2. Reifenberger, backhander, far side. Hardy can't get a shot on goal. It's deflected over the glass and out of play with 11:55 left in a tied first period. Admirals Con is tomorrow. Join us as we blend the excitement of professional hockey with the world of comic books and pop culture for one unforgettable night. Fans in attendance will receive a special comic poster giveaway, and the energy will be high as the Admirals take on their rivals, the Greensboro Gargoyles. Visit our website to get tickets now. Shots 8-1 already in favor of Norfolk. That one was deflected past Isaac Poulter for a tying goal for Greensboro. 11:53 left in this first period. Dumped in cross corner to the near side in Greensboro territory. Dalton Skelly flushed out from behind the net by Florent. Pushed up that far wall, not enough for an icing call. Pushed all the way around to the near side corner boards. Killian Keeker-Olsen gets a handle on it with Engum, and Magnuson finds Osmundson in the neutral zone, who backhands onto a Gargoyle stick, and out it goes as Drew Kuzma restarts it. Skelly wants it back, and he'll get it at the Gargoyle blue line. Knocked away by Osmundson, but it's one-handed back to Admiral territory with 11:15 left in a tied first period. Up the near side, it's Brady Florent. Lost it at the red line and dumped back in by Blake Swetlikoff. Far side through Caleb Price. Osmundson leaves it for Keeker-Olsen. Back to Price. Price using his speed over the blue line. Florent trying to go back to Price, but he stood up at the top of the near circle, and Jordan Byro can't handle the breakout pass, so Jack Piscucci has time and space in his trapezoid behind Poulter. Flushed out by Byro, but Pap starts the breakout. Miscommunication by the Admirals, and it's offside with 10:45 left in a tied first period. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Look at this work from Jack O'Leary. Poked at. Oh, we're going to get another look at this save on the goal line. A backhander from Pap, and it's pulled off the line by Braden Doyle. It's a shame that defenders can't get saves on their scorecards on the night, because that would be save of the night. And that was just about 5 minutes into the game. 10:30 left in a tied first period. That would have made it 2-1 Norfolk at the time. Back to the neutral zone. It's poked along for Brody Crane. Toe drag shot paddled away by Hajeyev. And Doyle lost it in the trapezoid. Duro got the breakaway goal, and the scoring started in the game. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Musser. He'll come in onside. Tried to push it back to the blue line, but he gets it back at the top of the circle. Musser leaves it for Crane. To the corner, Duro. Behind the net, to the near circle. Musser shot saved by Hajeyev, and a bouncing puck on the rebound finds its way to the far half wall. Duro to an open area near blue line for Carson Musser. Musser fakes a shot to the corner. It'll go to Christoph Papp. Musser with a quick one-timer on the give and go from Papp, but he elevated it a little too much. Back to the blue line it goes for Christoph Papp. He'll move it down the wall around one white jersey and moves it around a second and a third, trying to find Crane on the far side, but fresh off the bench is Braden Ingham. He'll cut to the net and fans on the one-timer as Papp got it out in front, and it's chipped all the way down to Admiral territory. Not far enough for a Sheraton Waterside icing. 9:25 left in period number one, still tied at 1. Both goals scored in the opening 2 minutes of the game. O'Leary starts the breakout again. It's backhanded down the near wall by James Hardy. Michael Cetera takes a tumble in the far corner in his professional debut. 2-on-1 develops for Greensboro. Near circle shot saved by the forehead of Isaac Coulter. And the rebound migrates below the goal line. Pops back out in front. Admirals earn possession for a moment. Continues to bounce towards the top of the zone. And it's held by Delmas, who will send it towards the front of the net. Another deflection goes just wide of the far post. And James Hardy will use the lob wedge to get it to the safety of center ice. Glove down by Dalton Skelly at the top of his own zone. He'll move it down the near side wall. Dimitris Kuzmansis sends it on goal, and it's paddled away by Isaac Poulter. He'll take the second media timeout with 8:32 left in period one. Still tied at 1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Hey hockey fans, take the action from the rink to Just Birdies, Norfolk's multi-sport simulator bar and grill. Shoot, swing, and score in over a dozen sports or chill with craft drinks and great eats. It's the perfect play after the game. Just Birdies, where every night's game night. 8:32 left in period one, still tied at 1. Jaden DeRose, 14th of the season. A breakaway pass from Brody Crane got the party started at 53 seconds into the game, answered by Ethan Lay from Braden Doyle and Noah Delmas at 1:56. The Admirals will have a defensive zone face-off to the blocker hand side of Isaac Poulter. Both goaltenders wearing the catch and glove on the left hand for this evening's matchup. Ethan Lay wins the face-off. Blue line, pass to the high slot, knocked away as a one-timer from David Gagnon was fanned on a good defensive stick by the Admirals. Lay dumps it behind the net. Blake Biondi cycles to the near blue line. Pushed back. Lay to the blue line. A shot gets deflected wide as Biondi couldn't get a stick on it. Knocked aside by Poulter. 12 minutes gone in the opening period of play. Far circle shot wide of the net and all the way down to Greensboro territory. It's a foot race as Florent and Osmondson are going to pressure Bryce Montgomery back behind the Gargoyle net, earning possession. Hebert fires a one-timer, fought off and handled by Hajeyev as Hebert was climbed on top of. On the back check, he got good wood on it, but unable to beat Ruslan Hajeyev to give the Admirals a 2-1 lead. This Sunday is the last home game where you can use our first draft deal. Buy tickets through this offer and get your first draft beer of the night for just $5. Visit our website or our social medias to get your first draft deal for next Sunday's game now. 7:50 left in period one, still tied at 1. Shots are 11-4 already in favor of the Admirals. Gargoyles win the D-zone face-off. Through neutral zone they go. Off a couple of skates, and Magnuson will find Braden Ingham to restart for Norfolk. Up the wall, Brody Crane chips it in. Christoph Papp is going to go on the forecheck. Chasing down Austin May. A good breakout for Greensboro finds its way bouncing down to Admiral territory again. Magnuson from Ingham, geometrically off the near wall for Brody Crane. Crane stood up by Doyle, but DeRoe gets back and finds Pescucci. Knocked aside by May, and he'll send it through center all the way down. This will not be an icing call. Greensboro gets to it first. Backhanded in front. Nobody's there for Greensboro, so Christoph Papp says thank you very much, and he'll start sailing down the near side wall for Brody Crane. Stops up away from pressure, tries to move it back below the goal line. Caleb Price goes back to his defensive blue line position. Knoll is out there on the forecheck, but it's pushed up the wall for Jack Seymour. But a transition now for Hardy, who leaves it for Crane. Crane to the far side. Price tries to let it go off the wall, but it goes back behind the net for Nathan Knoll. Intentionally leaves it, trying to find James Hardy. Back up that far wall. Seymour pushes it down that right wing for Svetlikov. Stood up by Jack Pescucci into the far corner boards. Knoll is there helping the back check efforts along the boards with 6:20 left in a tied first period. From the far side, Svetlikov dumps it down to the corner in Admiral defensive territory. Pescucci pins a Gargoyle, battling for possession. Pitched back up to the blue line. Miscommunication between Greensboro players, but a blue line shot goes off the paddle of Isaac Poulter. Rebound rimmed around from the near side half wall to the far corner. Pescucci one-hands it up the wall. It's intercepted by Seymour. Nathan Knoll is there to try to earn possession for the Admirals. The centerman back helping below the faceoff dots. Caleb Price, the defenseman, in there as Pescucci shadows in front of the net. 2-on-2 on the four-side corner battle. Gargoyles come away with possession. From the far side, Richardson walks out in front. Stolen away by Norfolk and backhanded out to center ice, courtesy of James Hardy. 5.5 left in a tied first period. Gargoyles with another set of offensive pressure. Taken away by Jack O'Leary. He'll find Killian Keeker-Olsen starting it for Josh McDougall, but it's over his stick and into the near side corner in offensive territory. 5:19 left in period one. Another two-a-side battle in the near corner. Gargoyles now make it 3-on-2. They outnumber and earn possession. They lose it at the blue line. Cetera fires a shot just wide of the near side post. Keeker-Olsen stops up. He'll find help from Jack O'Leary. O'Leary tries to walk from the wall and taken away by Kumansis. He'll skate down the near side wall, onside over the blue line. Backhanded towards the near circle and stolen away by McDougall. Restarted by Keeker-Olsen through the legs of O'Leary. At the red line, he'll dump it in, and the Admirals complete a wholesale five-player line change. 4:45 left in period one. Our next whistle, that is not a no-change situation, will take us to our third and final media timeout of period number one, still tied at 1. Play continuing behind the net. Flushed out, Austin May, he'll go down that right wing wall. Dumped in on the backhand of the near side for Kumansis. Towards the front, off a shin pad of a sprawling Braden Engum. Back out from the goal line, intercepted by Osmondson. He'll send Grant Hebert over the blue line down the near side. Fans on the drop pass. Stolen away by Engum. Backhander to the slot, wanting Osmondson, who was paddling for it too far behind him. And Greensboro goes on another 2-on-1. Skelly, far side shot. That was lay rather, a 19, not a 9, but a shot goes wide nonetheless. Florent chips it out. Osmondson goes on the forecheck. His speed wins the race to the puck in the near corner. Tries to push it up the far wall for Hebert. Cycles back for Osmondson in the corner. Backhander looking for Pescucci at the top of the near circle. Intercepted by Greensboro and chipped out down the near wall for Ethan Lay. Lay tied it up for Greensboro on a deflection. He'll get it back on the near circle. Cross ice feed. Holy pad save by Isaac Poulter. His best of the first period with 3.5 left in period one. Moving laterally from right to left to preserve the 1-1 tie. Pescucci does not allow an easy entry for Greensboro as they try to work through the neutral zone. They're successful on the second effort. Down the near side, it's poked at by Noah Delmas. A one-timer from Jordan Byro. It's stolen away, and Pescucci finds DeRoe on the far half wall. Caleb Price looking for an outlet on the far side for Jaden DeRoe. There's an open room on the near side for Brody Crane. Back for Caleb Price, who has tons of time and space through the neutral zone. Price lets one go right into the Gargoyle logo of Hajeev, and with 2:55 left in period one, we'll take our third and final media timeout. 1-1 tie between the Admirals and Gargoyles here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.255 left in period one, still tied at 1. Admirals will have an offensive zone face-off. We talked about it in the Cox Mobile pregame show, and Keeker Olsen, my player to watch for the Admirals. He's now centering the third line out there with Michael Cetera making his professional debut and Jack O'Leary. Keeker Olsen was centering the top line with Florentin Osmundson in his first 5 professional games. Now on this third line, providing a bit of depth, trying to use that top line experience to give the Admirals some good depth on that third line centerman position. Chipped off the near side glass and out towards center ice. Cetera will move it back for Carson Musser. Up the near wall, McDougall pokes at it. It goes through him to the near corner. Lay sends it in front, but it's knocked away by Musser at the last moment. Musser gets it back. He'll move it onto the stick of Cetera, who backhands it along for Keeker Olsen. Thrown behind the net, Hajeev is out to play it. Up the far wall, Bryce Montgomery. Now Richardson in front of the team benches, over the Admiral blue line onside. Spinorama around Carson Musser to the blue line. Montgomery walks in high slot, shot off the knob of the stick of Isaac Poulter, and the rebound to the near half wall and poked out towards center ice just barely. A dangerous pass, just evading the stick of David Gagnon. Poulter slows it down behind the net enough for McDougall to recycle it for Carson Musser, and back to McDougall in the near corner, starting a breakout for Nathan Knoll. Musser joins the play. Near side, Reifenberger's going to try to cut to the net. Poked in and he scores! A power move from Marco Reifenberger gives the Admirals a 1-goal lead with 1:46 left in period one. Take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Just a power move, cutting around Dalton Skelly and poking it through Ruslan Hajeev for a 2-1 Admirals lead with a $1:46 left in period one. Admirals will dump it back into the offensive zone. Skated right back out by Richardson.
Coastal cocktail goal. Scoring his 6th of the season, number 16, Marco Reifenberger. Assist to number 4, Carson Musser. And number 41, Nathan Knoll at 18:14 of the first period. Reifenberger from Musser and Knoll at 18:14 of the first period.
1 minute left in period number one. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Admirals. Dumped in through Hebert into Admiral territory. Musser, who got the primary assist on the go-ahead goal, starts the breakout from Josh McDougall. Rolls away from Musser, so he dumps it in at the blue line. Hajeev out of his net. Starts it up the near side corner board, stolen away by Norfolk. Backhanded out in front, and Florent can't put it home. Osmundson to the front. Hebert falls down, still poking at it from the seat of his pants, and it's cleared out by Greensboro with half a minute left in period one. McDougall from the neutral zone, deflected by Florent, bouncing at the blue line. Osmundson cuts in, trying to split the defense. It's cleared to the far corner. Osmundson put on his wallet by Greg Smith, and out come the Gargoyles 2-on-4. trying to get around Jack Piscucci. No easy task. 8 seconds left in the period. Chipped up the near side wall. Osmondson battling. There's no icing. That'll take us to the end of period 1. Two-one lead for the Admirals. Shots 14-8 in favor of Norfolk as well. We'll head to the Buds. Plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. First intermission show as the Admirals lead 2-1 over the Gargoyles here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena as the Admirals bring a 2-1 lead into the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel riding solo for the first 2 games of this 3-game set here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. A great start to this game for the Admirals. Jaden Duro, less than a minute in, got the scoring started. A breakaway pass from Brody Crane, but a good deflection in front of Isaac Poulter. The first shot he sees, taking a perfect deflection off of Ethan Lay, tying it up as we got 2 goals in the opening 2 minutes of play. The Admirals kept up the pressure. No one taking a penalty in the first 20 minutes of play, but Marco Reifenberger cutting with a power move to the net, able to slide it through Ruslan Hajeyev for a 2-1 Admirals lead. It's another goal for Jaden Duro. That is going to be our Scrimp Shack play of the period as Jaden Duro gets that breakaway pass from Brody Crane, wide open from the red line in, and makes no mistake past the glove hand of Ruslan Hajeyev, just 53 seconds in to the game. He's got that breakaway from the red line in. Doesn't dust it off either. He just rips one past Hajeyev. So again, for the Admirals, it's a good opening period of this game. But again, talking about it with head coach Jeff Carr, this Admirals team is not looking at just tonight. They're down 3-1 in the hypothetical series. They need all 9 periods in this weekend series to keep their playoff hopes alive. This has been, we will come back for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show when we come back On the other side of the break, we'll talk to Brandon Schlick, a member of the Admirals front office, at the second half of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In lawn business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission show as the Admirals bring a 2-1 lead into the locker room over the Greensboro Gargoyles. Nick Gimbel alongside Brandon Schlick, Senior Director of Merchandise and Operations, here for more of your Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission show. Brandon, thanks so much for being up here in the broadcast booth, getting a chance to talk to you here towards the end of the season.
Absolutely, appreciate you having me on.
So Brandon, for those who may not be familiar, go ahead and outline your responsibilities as Senior Director of Merchandise and Operations and how your role supports the organization overall.
Absolutely. I have the privilege to help the organization wearing many different hats in my role, all the way from designing the merchandise our fans wear in and around the Hampton Roads area and across the country to designing jerseys, making sure our sponsors are taken care of through vinyl wraps, ice logos, dasher boards, you name it. We're doing it all in operations.
So not just merchandise, but kind of anything that anybody sees that's Admirals related.
Absolutely. Yep, we cover it all.
Giveaways have become a major part of the fan experience. How do you approach selecting and developing items that resonate with the Admirals fan base?
Yeah, so there are definitely some staples. You know, once you've been in around sports for a good while, you kind of know what fans, gravitate towards. A yearly giveaway for us is the trading card giveaway presented by New Horizon Bank. That's a repeat every year. I know the fans love it. But we also get unique opportunities to do new and fun things. Like this year we did a salty bobblehead, which was an amazing grab for the fans who were able to get those. And debuting tomorrow night, we are doing the Admirals Con poster giveaway. It's going to be a great night tomorrow. And just looking forward to continuing doing the creative and fun things we have going for our giveaway program.
So producer Ben on my right, along with Marco Myers, the man running the Family Feud here during intermission, helped with the Admirals Con poster. I see you've got the pack of trading cards there. Ben Draper did a great job designing these, almost like a throwback set of throwback cards. You've got the full lineup there. You even got Salty in there as well. This is quite a year for Salty. I was
having
talking.
A big year.
He's got the Beach Bums logo. He's got his comic poster. He's got the trading card. It's been a year for Salty.
Can't forget Mascot Mania.
Mascot Mania, yes.
Great jersey.
So we already said it. Boardwalk Beach Bums Night and Virginia Beach Night in general continues to be a marquee event for this organization. What was the vision behind this year's merchandise? How does it reflect the identity of the region? And was there anything different in how you approach marketing this year's Boardwalk Beach Bums jersey compared to various Virginia Beach City Series nights?
Yeah, absolutely. As many of our fans probably noticed from our promotional schedule this year, a lot of the stuff we leaned into and decided to do this year was very targeted, meaningful, and impactful. Ads Fight Cancer, Military Appreciation 1 and 2, just a lot of really good things we've done this year. But we are, we're still an ECHL hockey team, and we reserve the right to have some fun and get creative. So that was really our inspiration for doing the Boardwalk Beach Bums. It's a little bit more lighthearted and just something different. Using colors we don't normally use, designs we don't normally use. So it was really an opportunity to go off on our creative direction here.
I think my favorite part of that jersey is the number, where it's kind of got that like faded gradient.
The gradient
number on
goes,
the back.
Yes, we love that. Love it.
Tonight, or tomorrow night, Admirals Con integration between tonight's trading card giveaway and the upcoming Admirals Con event. There's a strong emphasis on that unique fan engagement. You said it. We're the ECHL organization. We like to have fun here. How did the concept for these initiatives evolve, and what goes into developing merchandise and promotional items like the cards and posters to enhance that overall experience?
We want to touch fans of all demographics and ages and stuff like that, and I feel like there's an era of, I was one of those kids myself that had comic book posters and sports posters and collectibles, all the kinds of stuff like that. really coming back to the poster here, I hope there's going to be, you know, thousands of fans with an Admirals Con poster on their wall, and something for fans to take home with them and remember kind of just aspects of our organization. It's family friendly, it's fun, it's exciting, and we just want to keep inviting people back out to have fun with us.
And looking across all the initiatives this season, is there a particular giveaway or merchandise item that stands out to you, and what makes it especially meaningful?
I'm a Virginia Beach native, born and raised in the area, so the first rendition of the Virginia Beach Admirals jersey that we did definitely stole the color palette from my alma mater high school, First Colonial, and getting to bring, you know, a past experience of mine to life in a city that I grew up in really, really was meaningful for me, and something that's priceless to me.
Well, Brandon, thanks so much for joining me up here. Thanks for everything you do for the Admirals. Great weekend ahead. We've got the trading cards tonight, Admirals Con tomorrow, Beach Bums on Friday, April 3rd, just before Fan Appreciation Day.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brandon, thanks a lot for joining me up here.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me.
This has been the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. When we come back, we'll bring you Period 2 between the Admirals and Gargoyles here in just a moment.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a bug for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The Catastrophic Injury Team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
And we welcome you back inside Scope Arena as the Admirals bring a 2-1 lead out of the locker room. Ready to start period number 2. Nick Gimbel here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Norfolk in their home navy blue uniforms will be moving right to left across the ice surface for period number 2. Isaac Poulter remains in the net to our right. The Greensboro Gargoyles wearing their road white uniforms trimmed in purple and gold moving left to right. Ruslan Hajeyev stays in the net to our left. 2-1 lead for the Admirals. No carryover penalties or power plays. No penalties at all to speak of in that opening 20 minutes of play. The Admirals leading in the shot category 14-8 as we head into the second 20 minutes of play. They'll bring the teams to center ice. Gargoyles win opening possession for the face-off in the neutral zone, and it's pushed down the far side wall at the red line. It's transitioned right back the other way by Killian Keeker-Olsen. He'll dump it over the net of Hajeyev to the near side half wall. Poked at by O'Leary behind the net for Keeker-Olsen. Pushed aside, and Delmas tries to get a handle on it in the trapezoid. No easy task as Magnuson picks it up at the near hash marks on the corner boards. Keeker Olsen tries to center for Cetera. Back through the neutral zone it goes. Svetlikov dumps it into the Admirals' defensive zone on the near corner. O'Leary moves it for Michael Cetera. Down the left wing for Killian Keeker Olsen. Drops it for Cetera. Near circle shot wide of the near side post. Along the blue line, Musser looking for an option in the middle of the zone. He'll walk to the corner and stop up. Back to the blue line for Cetera. Towards the net, blocked in front. Rebound for Killian Keeker Olsen is knocked aside, and back it goes all the way down on a deflection. This will be a Sheraton Waterside icing called against Greensboro. Just 1 minute into period number 2. Born Primitive is athlete-driven and Patriot-inspired, creating high-performance fitness apparel built for strength, style, and durability. Check out their full collection at bornprimitive.com and elevate your workouts today. Offensive zone face-off coming up for the Admirals, leading 2-1, just 1 minute into period 2 following the icing call. Reifenberger in for the face-off, fourth line out for the Admirals. Gargoyles win possession. Montgomery sends it to neutral ice, but on possession for Musser. McDougal for Knoll. At the red line, he'll dump it in. Nathan Knoll getting a secondary assist on the Marco Reifenberger go-ahead goal. Musser got the primary assist. He'll take possession in front of his goaltender. Starting it up the near wall for James Hardy. Chips it down the wall. He'll go for a 1-on-2 skate. His shot deflected wide by Borshov and out to neutral ice. Dumped back in inadvertently by Greensboro to their defensive end. So James Hardy on the forecheck forces Bryce Montgomery up the near wall for Ethan Lay. Poked at by Biondi. To the blue line it goes. Borshov goes behind Lay and a transition started. Price joins the play to make it a 3-on-2 as Florent comes down the near side. Far side one-timer from Hebert and a pad save made by Hajeyev. That one-timer was opened up because of the center lane drive by Caleb Price, who gets all the way back and stops a 3-on-2 with help from Jack Piscucci on the corner battle. Piscucci starts it out of the near side, and he'll skate down the left wing. Cuts over the blue line. Hebert to the far side on a deflection, held at the blue line. Osmondson battling, but picked up by Greensboro. David Gagnon, far side, lay back in front for Gagnon, and it's through him. And the Admirals will have possession in a skating lane down the right wing. Onside, Florent. Osmondson one-timer, save Hajeyev, no rebound yielded. 17:31 left in period 2, 2-1 lead for the Admirals. You've got the Admirals Con 4-pack ticket deal. You can get 4 tickets at the red level for $100, 4 tickets at the white level for $80. You can head on over to the Admirals website or scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen now to get this 4-pack ticket deal for Admirals Con tomorrow night. And again, if you're one of the first couple of fans in the building, you get that Admirals Con poster that Brandon Schlick showed you and foreshadowed during the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. Turnover out in front off the post as Christoph Papp can't find a wide open net. This second line has been excellent for the Admirals over the last couple of weeks. Unable to find the back of the net on that offensive opportunity just about 3 minutes into period 2. Poked out at the red line. A bouncer finds Brody Crane. One hands it for Jaden Dureau. High slot, Papp, backhander, score! Christoph Papp with the backhander to squeak it through Ruslan Hajeyev, and it's a 3-1 Admirals lead. Face off back at center as the Admirals have their largest lead of the night, 3-1, with now 3 minutes gone in period 2.
Presto Cocktail goal! Scoring his 19th of the season, number 24, Christoph Papp. Assist for number 17, Jaden Duro. And number 6, Brody Crane. At 3:03 of the second period, Pat from Duro and Crane at 3:03 of the second period. Your Admirals are headed to the power play.
Drew Kuzma gets taken for interference with 16:46 left in period 2. First penalty call in the game.
Number 20, Drew Kuzma. 2 minutes for interference at 3:14 of the second period. Kuzma, 2 minutes for interference at 3:14 of the second period. Your Admirals are on the New Horizon Bank power play.
30 seconds gone in the power play. Kuzma in that beatbox penalty box for interference. Norfolk with a 3-1 lead, trying to extend it towards the front. Hebert, pad save, rebound for Pap off the crossbar, and Duro picks it out of the far half wall. Glove down by McDougal, near side circle, Pap to the corner, cross ice for Duro. This Admirals power play is on fire in this 7-game point streak. Pap fires in a glove save made by Hajeev. Thought about playing it, and the referee saves his bacon with 15:53 left in period 2. Shots 19-8 in favor of the Admirals. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay as Florent sends this through the triangle of Hajeev. Hebert got the one-timer, Hajeev made the save, and Pap sent another one-timer off the crossbar. Face-off back on the near side circle. Greensboro territory. And the Gargoyles will win the face-off and send it all the way down on goal for Isaac Poulter. In this 7-game point streak, the Admirals are 5 for 18 on the power play for 27.8%. And if they reach the penalty kill, we'll talk about their numbers of being 18 for 20 and 90%. Right now, 27.8% success rate on the power play in the 7-game point streak. They've improved all the way to 22.2% at home during the season, and right now, overall, 19.9. Once you hit that 20% success rate mark throughout the season, you've got a pretty solid power play. Anything above that, you're cooking with fire, and cooking with gas, rather. Admirals are offside. 39 seconds remaining on the New Horizon Bank power play. 3-1 lead with 15:25 left in period 2. First penalty called in the game is an interference against Greensboro's Kuzma, and the Gargoyles will force Norfolk back down to their own end. Poulter leaves it in the trapezoid with half a minute remaining in the New Horizon Bank power play. Pap will pick it out of the corner. Backhander for Jaden Duro. Skate to stick. He'll work through the neutral zone and eventually over the blue line, dropping it for Pap in the blue line. To the near side, bounces over the stick of McDougal, but it stays on side. Half wall for Hebert. Back to the blue line, McDougal. Far side, Pap at the circle. To the corner, Duro. Cross ice looking for Florent. It deflects to the near side, top circle. Pap, far side, one-timer off the outside of the net for Jaden Duro. Back out in front. Where'd that go? It goes in. They call it a goal. From behind the net, it was thrown in by the skates of Ruslan Hajeev into his own net. We'll review it, but the call on the ice is a goal with 14:44 left in period 2. We'll take a step back in time on the broadcast on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Hebert with the one-timer off the outside of the net. Florent from behind throws it in front. Oh, puck just out of view on the camera angle. Hebert and Florent are adamant that Hajeev threw it in, and Hajeev's body language suggests that it may have gone in as well, but an official review is underway. So again, look at this angle from behind the net. He bears out in front. Florent's going to throw it in front. Looks like it hits the body of Hajeyev. Florent celebrates, and the goal stands. (4-1) Norfolk. Just about 5:16 into the second period. I believe it'll be Brady Florent. That'll be his 50th point of the season. We'll wait for the official goal announcement as Engum dumps it in.
Admirals Coastal Cocktail goal. Scoring his 10th of the season, number 93, Grant Heeman. Assist from number 94, Brady Florent. And number 17, Jaden Duro. At 5:16 of the second period, Hebert from Florent and Duro at 5:16 of the second period.
Another power play goal for the Admirals. It is Grant Hebert. Welcome back to the lineup, 93. First game back from injury, and he's on the scoreboard. Gargoyles working back in the offensive zone. This shot gets rifled over the net. May have got a piece of Isaac Poulter. 13:36 left in period 2. Will step aside as the Admirals lead 4-1 over the Gargoyles on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
.36 left in period 2. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. And we'll take a look at Grant Hebert's goal as Florent moves it out in front. Hebert does get a backhander on it, and it does go in. And it stands after review. 4-1 Norfolk, 13:36 left in period 2. They win a defensive zone faceoff, and Musser moves it along for Brandon Osmondson. Poked at the blue line. No one knows if it's onside or offside. Now play is called dead by Matt Fox. They'll stop play with 13:28 left in period 2. Face-off out at center. It is a 4 official system tonight. Evan Knox and Matt Fox on the lines. Curtis Pear and Tyler Haskell wearing the orange bands in this 4 official system. Osmondson works over the blue line to the offensive zone, backhands it into the glove hand of Hajeyev. He'll stop the clock with 13:17 left in period 2. Shots 20-9 in favor of the Admirals. Our last Sunday Family Fun Day game is this Sunday. Buy 1 adult ticket and get up to 3 kids tickets for $20 each, plus 1 free Activity Zone wristband, popcorn, and Dippin' Dots. Visit our website to get this deal now. Offensive zone faceoff controlled by Norfolk along the blue line. Magnuson to the far corner. Set play getting drawn up here as Crane tries to dump it down to the corner. No shot taken though as the second line tries to work on the forecheck. Stolen away, and here comes Blake Biondi. Knocked away. Pap has it go behind him, and Ethan Lay will try to restart for Greensboro. Gagnon onside towards the net, blocked by Magnuson, and he'll start it for Christoph Pap. So Brady Florent does get the primary assist on Grant Hebert's goal. That still gives him 50 points on the season. 24 goals, 26 assists. He's the first Admiral to 50 points on the season, and this is 56th game played. Lay leaves it at the blue line. Delmas to the far side, trying to find Doyle. Gets around Magnuson, behind the net, thrown out in front. Poulter saves it, covers it up, and Gagnon pushed aside by Christoph Pap for the extra poke on the loose change with 12:23 left in period 2. They'll be separated by the two linesmen. Not sure if that'll get credited as a shot on goal as it came out from behind the net. Another step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Doyle getting around Magnuson, walking into the trapezoid, throws it out in front. Poulter, with good stick position, is able to snag it. And good to see Christoph Pap continuing the chippy physical part of his play, keeping Gagnon out from in front of his net. 12:23 left in period 2. Greensboro wins the faceoff in the Admirals defensive zone. Caleb Price forces the play to the neutral zone. Jack O'Leary with a step behind the defense. He's tripped up. Will this be a penalty shot? He didn't get a quality shot on goal. He had a breakaway, delayed penalty. No signal yet. Penalty shot! I think that's our first penalty shot of the season. It's a slashing penalty, and O'Leary's going to get the penalty shot. It's a slashing penalty on Noah Delmas. O'Leary, a right-handed shot on the penalty shot. He'll walk in, works to the high slot from the far side, fakes it off the elbow of the crossbar and post, and it stays out. Stays 4-1 with 12:08 left in period 2. A perfectly placed shot off by a millimeter. Greensboro wins the face-off. We stay 5-on-5 because of the penalty shot, and it's thrown all the way down to Admiral territory. Back behind the net, Isaac Poulter from the trapezoid sends it up the wall. McDougall knocks it down, held at the blue line by Delmas, who took that slashing penalty. Now Hardy's going to go on another break. Delmas behind, hooks Hardy. There's no penalty call on that one. Delmas should have been taken for another. We continue 5-on-5. 11:24 left in period 2. Through Richardson to the near side. Keeker Olsen is going to take a penalty. Players coming together again on that far corner as Keeker Olsen gets taken for a penalty, and now Carson Musser wants some words. Reifenberger joins the fray. We're not done yet. It's a high sticking penalty. Take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. It's a 4-minute double minor for high sticking. So the Admirals' first penalty kill, first Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill of the night is going to be a long one. 4 minutes on the clock for Killian Keeker-Olsen. Getting the stick up high on Bryce Montgomery.
Penalty box for the Admirals, number 26, Killian Keeker-Olsen. 2 minutes for high sticking at 8:45 of the second period. Keeker-Olsen, 2 minutes for high sticking.
2-on-1 shorthanded Florent down the far side. Osmondson cuts to the net. Backdoor feed. Score! It's another shorthanded goal for the Admirals this season. And it's a 5-1 lead almost halfway through the second period. Make it point number 51 for Brady Florent. And Osmondson, another short-handed goal. That'll be his 19th goal of the season. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Florent got that pass off a defender's stick. Osmondson finished it off to a yawning Cage, and Hajea yields his 5th of the night. 5-1 lead for the Admirals.
Admirals Coastal Cocktail short-handed goal. Scoring his 19th of the season, number 25, Brandon Osmondson. Assistant number 94, Brady Florent. At 9:06 of the second period, Osmondson from Florent at 9:06 of the second period.
Well, I said the Admirals needed a big penalty kill. Now Musser tied up in the neutral zone with Kumonsis. They'll separate, but Musser's stick still being held in the high slot as Greensboro still has 3 minutes and 15 seconds of power play time. Keeker-Olsen in the beat box, penalty box for a double minor for high sticking. McDougal in the corner, pushes it along. Musser holds it in the corner, battling 1-on-2. McDougal comes in to help out, pokes at to the blue line from Kuzmansis, and Delmas back along the blue line, far side. Richardson tied up by O'Leary. O'Leary battling, poking at it at the top of the zone from the boards. He'll get it out. He's bumped into the boards with no penalty call for an interference. We stay shorthanded with 2:40 left in the Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill. The Admirals leading 5-1 and given a penalty shot. They're not going to get a lot of penalty help from here on out as long as this stays the course. Gagnon drops it. No penalty call as Ethan Lay tried to draw one. We stay 5-on-4 with 2:20 left in the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. 9:33 left in period 2. 5-1 lead for the Admirals. Near side top circle. O'Leary can't get to it. That's Cetera rather getting some penalty kill time. And he'll go on a light forecheck, shorthanded. And he'll head to the bench for a line change. Halfway through the double minor penalty on Keeker-Olsen's high stick. Biro, far side, gets it back. Saved by Poulter. Rebound Kareem's in off of Musser, diving back. There was going to be a penalty on Musser anyways. Poulter made the save, and Musser Kareem's right into his netminder. And that's how the puck goes in for Greensboro's second of the night with 9:06 left in period 2. So here's the situation. There was a delayed penalty on Carson Musser for hooking. So Keeker-Olsen exits the box, and Carson Musser's penalty starts. So the Admirals will still be shorthanded. So it's a double whammy for the Admirals. Killian Keeker-Olsen's penalty on the board will come off with the power play goal, but the delayed hooking penalty on Carson Musser will continue on. This is the right play with 9:06 left in period 2. The Admirals will be shorthanded. Should be credited to Blake Biondi for his 10th of the season. Face-off back at center, so the Admirals still shorthanded.
Gargoyles power play goal. Scorer by number 21, Blake Biondi. Assist for number 27, David Gagnon. And number 41, Austin May. At 10:54 of the second period. Biondi from Gagnon and May at 10:54 of the second period.
Rimmed around the boards by Lay, slowed up by Poulter with 8.5 left in period 2. Florent intercepts back behind the net. Up the far side it goes, held in by Lay, rims it back behind as Braden Engum took him down in the far corner boards, backhanded along to the high slot. Gagnon failed on the shot, and it's thrown off the wall. Another 2-on-1 shorthanded. Osmondson this time, crisscrossing with Florent, dropped it for Florent, and it's intercepted by Greensboro. They'll go back the other way. Halfway through, another Centera Therapy Center penalty kill as Musser's in the beat box penalty box. But the Admirals send it the length of the ice on goal for Ruslan Hajeyev to settle it down for Noah Delmas. $7:50 left in period 2. 5-2 lead for the Admirals. Pescucci can't clear it out from the far corner. Held in at the blue line, Richardson gets it away from O'Leary. Down to the half wall it goes for Kumansis. Back to Richardson, he'll walk down the wall. From the far side, a shot out in front by Kumansis goes over the net. Smith gets it back on the near hash marks to the corner it goes. Svetlikov works from below the goal line. Richardson around O'Leary. Kumansis tied up by Reifenberger. Moves it along for O'Leary. Skate to stick, working on Delmas. O'Leary stays on his feet, walks it to the corner. Holding it 1-on-3. Lost the handle, trying to kill time. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Musser's out of the beat box, penalty box. Smith fires a shot wide of the net. The Admirals now with 3 defenders and 2 forwards out on the ice. Svetlikov behind. Musser acting as a forward in the high slot. He'll work the breakout with Jack O'Leary. Price joins the play. And Musser will head to the bench for a forward line change, taking his position. Pap, saucer to the far side. Michael Cetera to the blue line for Brody Crane. Blue line again, near side Engum. Dumps it cross ice to the far side for Christoph Pap. 6.5 left in period 2. 5-2 lead for the Admirals. Price looking for a deflection in front. No one was home. Brody Crane works to the top of the zone. Sends a shot wide on a deflection to the near side corner it goes, but he gets back on it at the half wall. Price joining the battle. Pap covering for him at the blue line. Poked at the blue line for Braden Engum out to the neutral zone. Crane sent towards the front of the net. Paddled away by Hajeyev to the corner. Out in front, Pat fires one off the body of Hajeyev. Rebound off the end boards, handled by Doyle and chipped off the far glass. Musser pokes at it with the backhand for Brody Crane. Towards the high slot, Hebert trying to get to it fresh off the bench, but it's taken away by Nate Hanley and out towards center ice. Drew Kuzma into the glove hand of Isaac Coulter. Hebert goes after Kuzma now in front of the Admirals net. Bryce Montgomery is in there as well. 5:44 left in period 2. Everybody separates. We'll head to another media timeout. Norfolk leads 5-2 over the Gargoyles on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Just about 5.5 left here in period 2. A chaotic second period. Christoph Papp got the scoring started here in this second period. His 19th of the season from Jaden Dureau and Brody Crane. Grant Hebert, welcome back to the lineup. Brady Florent and Jaden Dureau getting the helpers at 5:16. And then a fourth straight goal, Osmondson shorthanded from Florent. But on that same shorthanded opportunity, Blake Biondi able to slide it past Isaac Poulter for his 10th of the season on a power play. Greensboro 1 for 3, Norfolk 0 for 1 on their respective power play opportunities, and we sit 5-2 with about 5.5 left in the second period. Keeker Olsen lost it in his skates. He's harassed at the blue line, held in by Biondi. Towards the front on a deflection, handled by Norfolk, and Engum thrown towards the net. Goes back to the blue line on the far side to the high slot. Richardson moves it back down to the corner boards. Keeker Olsen tied up by Byro. Back to the far side. Magnuson reverses for Engum. He's got a little bit of time in the trapezoid. Uses the net as a shield. 5:09 left in period 2. 5-2 lead for the Admirals. Richardson jumps around Magnuson. Unable to get around Keeker Olsen. And Magnuson backhands through a pair of legs at the blue line of David Gagnon, and back it goes around the glass to the far side corner boards. Ethan Lay pressured by Keeker Olsen with Magnuson supporting. Gargoyles come away with possession. High slot shot over the crossbar, hits a stanchion, comes back out in front, and it's cleared up to the blue line for Noah Delmas. He'll move it along the far side. Skelly to the high slot, off the stick of Gagnon and out to the neutral zone inadvertently with 4.5 left in period 2. Near side circle, Lay. Out in front for Gagnon, intercepted by Norfolk. They'll restart the opposite direction. Pat through the neutral zone. Backhands at the blue line and dumps into the far corner. Shots 22-11 in favor of Norfolk. 4:15 left in period 2. 5-2 lead for the Admirals. Held at the blue line by Brody Crane, trying to chip it down to the corner. Handled by Jaden Dureau in the trapezoid. Out back in front, but hits the outside of the net. Picked up by Greensboro all the way out to the Admirals' defensive end. Jack Piscucci getting away from David Gagnon and restarting the breakout on the forehand of Christoph Papp. Taking a bump to hold possession for Caleb Price. Price leaves it at the blue line for Jaden Dureau. Dureau leaves it. Piscucci walks in. Score! It's the first professional goal for Jack Piscucci to make it 6-2 Norfolk with 3:46 left in period 2. And Jaden Dureau gets the puck for Piscucci. Jack Piscucci, just a perfectly placed shot in the 7-hole over the pad of Hajeyev under the glove. And it's a 4-goal lead again for the Admirals with 3:46 left in period 2. What a story for Jack Piscucci. Came to the Admirals out of Canisius College with his teammate Killian Keeker Olsen. Signed an amateur tryout contract for the organization his father played for in the mid-90s. And he just got his first professional goal in the building his father played in. What a story for the Piscucci family.
Admirals Coastal Cocktail goal. Scoring his first professional goal, number 28, Jack Piscucci.
Hebert backdoor, Osmondson gets another. (7-2) Norfolk with 3:12 left in period 2. Toe drag beauty from Grant Hebert, and he slides it over for an Osmondson wide open one-timer. Ozzy's second of the game makes it a 5-goal lead. Back underway with 3 minutes left in period 2.
17, Jaden Dureau. And number 10, Braden Enga. At 16:14 of the second period. Piscucci from Dureau and Enga. at 16-14 of the second period. Admirals Coastal Cocktail goal. Scoring his 20th of the season, number 25, Brandon Osmondson. Assist to number 93, Grant Heeman. And number 4, Carson Musser. At 16:48 of the second period. Osmondson from Heber and Musser at 16:48 of the second period.
2 minutes left in period 2. Norfolk leading 7-2. Gargoyles starting to get a little chippy in the Admirals' offensive zone as the puck finds its way to Gargoyle territory. Dumped in down the near side wall. Pescucci with a little bit of a forearm shiver to earn possession in the near corner. Chip back to the near side. Magnuson continues it up the wall. Taken away by Greensboro. Kuzma rims it around behind the net to the far side. There's shrapnel on the ice. There's a loose stick on that far circle, giving the Greensboro Gargoyles trouble holding possession. From the near circle it goes. Gagnon looks towards the front of the net. Shot deflected back to the near corner boards, and Magnuson finds O'Leary in the corner. Up the wall. Michael Cetera trying to get a handle on it with 1:12 left in period 2. 7-2 Norfolk. Back towards the front of the net. Magnuson pokes at it. O'Leary's going to go for a skate 3-on-2. Offside. Cetera was a little impatient with 54 seconds left in the period. We will not have a third and final media timeout. We can follow the Admirals on social media at the Norfolk Admirals on TikTok and at Norfolk Admirals on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We're giving you live game updates on X for both home and away games, and excellent behind-the-scenes content on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the Admiral social media channels. Deflected into Admiral territory with 45 seconds left in period 2. The Admirals have piled it on to 7-2 lead for Greensboro, or excuse me, for Norfolk over Greensboro. And Brody Crane lost the handle on the far half wall. Back to the far corner it goes. Lay towards the front. Engum poking at it, keeping it in the corner. 27 seconds left in period 2. Lay to the blue line. Poked at by Dalton Skelly. Brody Crane gets his stick back, pokes it around Skelly, off the skates of Pap, onside bouncer for Dureau. Dureau to the near corner. Crane with 10 seconds left, gets it back from Pap. Crane stood up in the far corner, and Skelly starts the breakout off a skate to the neutral zone, and that'll do it for period 2. It's a 5-goal second period for the Admirals, making it 7-2 after 40 minutes of play. When we come back, it'll be more Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show as the Admirals bring a 5-goal lead into the locker room after 40 minutes of play on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
And we welcome you back inside Scope Arena as we head into the second intermission. The Admirals have piled it on with a 5-goal second period, leading by a score of 7-2 after 40 minutes of play. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel with producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Hockey players are rather superstitious, and Brad Jones may not be let back in the broadcast booth as the Admirals put up 7 in just 40 minutes of play. A 5-goal second period for this Admirals team started hot with Christoph Papp getting his 19th of the season. Jaden Dureau and Brody Crane getting the helpers on that. Welcome back to the lineup, Grant Hebert. A multi-point period for him. He was able to pot it home on a dish from below the goal line from Brady Florent in his office, and that gave him his 50th point of the season. The Admirals weren't done there as Brandon Osmondson and Brady Florent went for a 2-on-1 skate to give the Admirals an extended lead with a short-handed goal, giving Osmondson his second goal of the night. Would be from Grant Hebert and Carson Musser. Just about 3 minutes remaining in that first period. We'll take a look back at our Scrimp Shack play of the period. It's the first goal of the period. Getting the scoring started in that second as Christoph Papp let a backhander flutter through Ruslan Hajeyev to make it 3-1. Right now, that third goal is the go-ahead goal as the Admirals lead 7-2. We went into that first intermission up by a score of 2-1. Jack Piscucci gets his first professional goal. We mentioned it after he scored. What a story for the Piscucci family. Jack's father, Ron, played here for the Hampton Roads Admirals in the mid-90s under John Brophy here at Scope Arena, and he has scored his first professional goal in the building. His father played his ECHL hockey, and what a story for the Piscucci family. When we come back, it'll be more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We'll take you around the world of sports for some out-of-town scores and update you on the North Division standings as we get down to crunch time, heading towards the Kelly Cup playoffs. 7-2 lead for the Admirals on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athletes. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena the Admirals have piled it on, a 7-2 lead after 40 minutes of play here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. We'll continue our Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show with a look at some updated standings as we get down to crunch time as of today before the start of all the games. The Wheeling Nailers still holding on to that top spot in the North Division, 78 points. Fitting that we're talking about the Wheeling Nailers as Country Road starts playing. I know a couple of West Virginia University alumni listening in that this is basically their national anthem. Country Roads taking the Wheeling Nailers home at the top of the North Division with 78 points. They're being trailed very closely by the Maine Mariners and Adirondack Thunder. Maine sitting at 74 points, Adirondack sitting at 72. Both of those teams are in action tonight. We're keeping a heavy eye on the Adirondack versus Reading Royals game. The Royals sitting in that last playoff spot with 67 points in that number 4 spot ahead of the Trois-Rivières Lions and the Worcester Railers, who have 60 and 59 points respectively. And then there are the Admirals fighting for their lives, staying alive, 24-29, 4-0. They have not participated in a shootout yet this season, so they have 52 points right now, and the Greensboro Gargoyles 17-35, 5-1 for 40 points on the season. They are eliminated from the playoffs. We talked about it at the start of the game, where this Greensboro Gargoyle team, with a lot of collegiate add-ons, getting rid of their top 5 point producers at the trade deadline. It was going to be a tall task for them. Head coach Jeff Carr talked to me at the end of morning skate and mentioned that he came into this game with a little bit of cautious optimism. He said that this Greensboro Gargoyle team reminded him of the Admirals season in 22-23, where he took over for head coach Rod Taylor and brought in a new crop of players and then started to succeed by the end of the season with just a good mindset of going north and playing simple hockey, trying to build for next season. The Admirals, though, coming into the start of the third period, will have a 7-2 lead, so head coach Jeff Carr can breathe just a little bit as we start the third period. We'll take a look now to round out the Eastern Conference at the South Division. There's already an X next to the Florida Everblades. They've clinched a Kelly Cup playoff spot. 88 points on the season through 61 games played. 40-13-6-2 for the Florida Everblades, being chased by the South Carolina Stingrays and Atlanta Gladiators, who are battling for that number 2 spot in home ice in the first round with 79 and 77 points. The Savannah Ghost Pirates solidly in that 4th spot. Going to be tough for them to catch the Gladiators for the 3rd spot at 60 points. And they have Jacksonville, Orlando, and Greenville hot on their tail. Jacksonville at 54 points. The Solar Bears and Swamp Rabbits tied at 53 points in that 6 and 7 spot. We'll take a look around the ECHL for some out-of-town scores, wrapping up the Eastern Conference in those division standings. The game we're keeping an eye on, the Adirondack Thunder and the Reading Royals. We need the Reading Royals to lose as many games as possible. The Admirals can put up 15 goals against Greensboro and get the 2 points, but it means very little if Reading also wins tonight against the Adirondack Thunder, and Reading has a 3-2 lead at the end of their second period of play. The Wheeling Nailers and Trois-Rivières Lions tied at 2 after 40 minutes. Jacksonville up 1-0 over Atlanta at the start of their third period. Greenville and Savannah about ready to start their third period as well. Savannah's up 3-2 at Ed Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. The other North Division matchup, Maine has started to go on a run. 4-0 lead over the Worcester Railers at the end of their second period. And in our game, the Admirals leading the Gargoyles by a score of 7-2. When we come back, it'll be the start of the Michelob Ultra Zero third period as we get set for the final period of action here for Friday Night Hockey at Scope Arena on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. we preserve it to move forward. Because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
We're back, ready to start the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk brings a 7-2 lead into this third period. The Admirals 18-1, 2-0. Win leading after the second period, and they've got a 5-goal margin to work with. No carryover penalties or power plays. Puck is down. Norfolk moves left to right in blue. Greensboro moves right to left in white. Ruslan Hajeyev stays in the net to our right. Poulter settles this one from his crease in our left. Stolen by Greensboro, worked to the slot, handled by Keeker Olsen. Saucer to the near side for Braden Engum. Over the line. Lost the handle at the blue line. Off the skate of Jordan Byro down the near side around Jack O'Leary. Byro taken down by O'Leary. No penalty call. To the blue line it goes for Bryce Montgomery. Leaves it at the top of the circle for Smith. Now near side. Shot deflected off a stick over the glass and out of play. Artem Borshov's shot got sent over the plexiglass behind Isaac Poulter. 44 seconds into the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Admirals leading in the shot category 24-13. Up 7-2 as we start this third period. Face off near side circle. Gargoyles win it. Borshov shot, blocked away by Poulter. Near corner, Delmas can't get it around Nathan Knoll. Gagnon for Lay. Back to Gagnon in the far corner. Blue line pass avoids everybody at the blue line. Past Borshov and down to Greensboro territory. Hardy pressuring Montgomery up the near wall for Ethan Lay. Lay trying to drop it back to Gagnon, knocked away by Josh McDougall. Lay continues to poke at it. McDougall turns it over, high slot shot, Borshov deflected just wide. And Keeker Olsen gets it out. That's Marco Reifenberger, rather. They'll continue to poke at it. Near side circle. A couple of players are down on the near side half wall, one for either team. Blake Biondi for Greensboro and Marco Reifenberger for Norfolk. No one's pushing and shoving in retaliation, so I'm wondering if this isn't just an errant collision. But Biondi wants a word with the officials. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay to see if we can see anything. Reifenberger and Biondi come together. And Biondi's protesting that the hands of Reifenberger got up high, but Reifenberger goes down. I wonder if Biondi's stick also came up and got him. I think we're going to stay 5-on-5. No penalties are being called from this with 18:20 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Still 7-2 Norfolk. Faceoff does stay in Norfolk's defensive zone, though, on the near side circle. Kumantzis protesting all the way to his position in the slot as the right winger in the offensive zone. But we stay 5-on-5. Shot towards the front of the net, backhanded wide to the near corner, and Pap reverses. And a collision as Kumantzis tries to steal it away for Greensboro towards the front. Good stick lift from Christoph Pap, and Brody Crane escapes down the near side wall. Backhand for Pap to the far side, trying to find Jaden DeRoe. It's knocked out of the air by Austin May. Austin May getting his first professional point on an assist on Blake Biondi's power play goal. Pescucci lays a hit. Nate Hanley also making his professional debut. One of the 3 Gargoyle players making their professional debuts out of the NCAA. Brody Crane tries to walk right down the slot. He stood up in between the hash marks. Pushed down the near side as another hip check thrown by Pescucci, who got his first professional goal earlier in period 2. Thrown out in front, turned over, high slot shot. Saved by Poulter in the rebound in the near corner. Thrown up the wall. Florent can't get it out. Biondi, Gagnon rather, towards the front, stolen away. Florent lost his stick, so Christoph Pap will skate it out for him and pokes it at the red line, 1-on-5, heading to the bench for a line change. 3 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Chip down the near side boards, Engum intercepts, and Magnuson restarts. Down the near side, Hebert stays on side, near circle, Hebert, high slot, Florent fires a shot over the crossbar. Osmondson in front, and Hajeyev clears it to the corner with the right pad and restarted for Jordan Byro down the near side. Brandon Osmondson is on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals tonight, both of them in that second period. Greensboro out from behind their own net. In front of the Admirals bench it goes. Shot taken into the left-handed catch and glove of Isaac Poulter. No rebound given up. Blake Svetlikov trying to find his way towards the front of the Admirals net. And 4 blue jerseys say not so fast. We've dropped brand new Admirals merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. Visit our merch stand outside Gate 14 during games or visit our website to shop our online store today and get geared up for the season. You can scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen as well to take a look at the Admirals merchandise. We'll redo the face-off a couple of seconds after play continued, but we'll redo it again. Keeker Olsen will be tossed from the face-off. Time back on the clock, 16:27 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Admirals out shooting the Gargoyles 14-8 in the first period and 10-4 in the second period. All the way down, no icing, into Greensboro territory. Austin May sends it up the near wall. Greg Smith leaves it for Jordan Byro and poked at by Svetlikov. Satera's taken down, and it will be a tripping penalty. Against the Gargoyles, it's another New Horizon Bank power play coming up for the Admirals. Admirals look to extend their 5-goal lead up 7-2, but Dalton Skelly's going to skate it down.
Number 10, Blake Svetlikov. 2 minutes for tripping at 3:51 of the third period. Svetlikov, 2 minutes for tripping at 3:51 of the third period. Your Admirals are on the New Horizon Bank power play.
15:58 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. A shorthanded opportunity for Greensboro goes off the paddle of Poulter. Over the glass and out of play. That was the stoppage. Stopping the clock just 11 seconds into the New Horizon Bank power play. Svetlikov in the beat box, penalty box for tripping Michael Cetera in his professional debut. Jaden Dureau will restart it for Josh McDougall, shadowed by Richardson. Good patience from the Admirals' alternate captain. Takes the skating lane down the left wing wall. Has a drop pass option off the wall for Christoph Papp. Jaden Dureau's the option down the right wing. The left-handed shot comes down around Dalton Skelly. Tries to backhand it to the far corner. Intercepted by Kumansis. He'll hold it along the yellow dasher, trying to kill time. 15.5 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. 1:20 left in the New Horizon Bank power play. Poked up the far wall. Hebert finds McDougall at the near top circle. Back to Hebert straight away. Far circle. Papp to the corner. Florette. Hebert. Save made by Kumansis on the one-timer, and it's cleared down by Greensboro. Excellent puck movement from Norfolk, and a one-timer from Grant Hebert goes on goal, but it's fought off by Pageyev. Now it goes over the blue line for O'Leary. He'll step up. Pushed along by Greg Smith, but Brody Crane supports. Far side, Hardy, just wide of the post on the near side, and Crane moves it along the blue line. Between Price and Hardy, Price can't hold the line, held up by Ethan Lay, and Brody Crane leaves it for Jack O'Leary in the neutral zone. 30 seconds left in the New Horizon Bank power play. O'Leary pokes it down the near wall. Hardy going to the net, up to the far circle, score! Hardy capitalizes on another power play, and it's an 8-2 lead for Norfolk. That'll put Norfolk at 50% on the evening. 1 for 2 on their power play opportunities. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. O'Leary finds Hardy through a stick on the far circle, and he rips it past the glove hand of Pageyev for an 8-2 lead. 14:29 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period.
Admirals Coastal Cocktail Power Play goal. Scoring his 6th of the season, number 18, James Hardy. Assist for number 9, Jack O'Leary. And number 16, Marco Reifenberger. At 5:51 of the third period, Hardy from O'Leary and Reifenberger at 5:51 of the third period.
Shot deflected towards the midsection of Isaac Poulter with 13:47 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. That will take us to our first media timeout of the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk up 8-2 over the Gargoyles on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Admirals fans, we've got a new home for our live audio broadcast. You can now listen to free live Norfolk Admirals game audio on YouTube as we have transitioned away from Mixlr. Just head to @Norfolk Admirals Hockey on YouTube, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Same great call, now easier than ever, live on YouTube. 13:47 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period, 8-2 lead for the Admirals. Gargoyles have possession in the Admirals' defensive zone off the face-off win. Shot pinballs up the near side boards, poked at by Hardy. Has the power play goal, giving the Admirals a 6-goal cushion. Back over the blue line, Caleb Price dumps it in. Reifenberger is there. Also getting an assist on that power play goal, so a multi-point night for 16 in blue. Engum has it squeak through him. Gagnon can't earn possession. That's offside as it creeps over the blue line. Nate Hanley can't handle it. 13:18 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Excellent effort all around for the Admirals so far. They've yielded 2 goals. 2 goals were scored in the opening 2 minutes of play. 1-1 for a little bit. And Reifenberger's 6th of the season on a power move. Made it 2-1 with about a minute and 46 left in the first period. Right now the go-ahead goal belongs to Christoph Papp, his 19th of the season on a backhander, as Biondi scored a power play goal to make it 2 goals for Greensboro. So the 3rd Admirals goal right now belongs to Papp on the go-ahead tally. Shot goes wide of the far side post by Michael Cetera, looking for his first professional point in his debut. Deflected shot from Killian Kieker-Olsen goes off the body of Hajeev. Pushed up the far side wall. Cetera joins the battle as O'Leary gets tied up, and it hits a skate of Cetera and goes all the way down. Jack Pescucci, he gets tied up but holds possession as he got his first professional goal just a bit ago back in the second period. He'll find help from Will Magnuson, poked at by Cetera, not out, backhanded to the near corner. Pescucci battling with Ethan Lay. Good hip check from Pescucci, keeping Lay battling behind the net, but Lay comes away with possession. Still pushed to the boards by Pescucci, rimmed up the far side for Blake Dangos. Lay, near side hash marks. To the corner, intercepted by Kieker-Olsen. And Magnuson looks for a skating lane, deflected by Cetera and in, so no icing. Admirals make their wholesale 5-player line change. 8-2 lead for the Admirals with 11:49 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Deflected in by Greensboro. Poulter comes out of his net. Sends it up the far wall. Poked at and dumped back into the corner for Svetlikov. To the blue line. Montgomery shot goes in. Don't think it was deflected, and it'll be 8-3 for the Admirals. All that at 11:43. 34 remaining in this Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Pass to the far side. Hebert walks in. He'll get it right back. It's a 9 spot for the Admirals as Hebert gets his 2nd of the game. 9-3 with 11:21 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Face off back at center. 2 Admirals are now on hat trick watch. Grant Hebert and Brandon Osmondson. That top line is on fire. Welcome back to the lineup. Grant Hebert, he gets goals number 10 and 11 on his season. Jaden Duro joins the corner battle. 9-3 lead for the Admirals with 10:55 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Duro comes away from the board battle with it. Walks down the far wall for Christoph Papp. He'll find Duro coming back in. Crane near side. Blocker save Hajeyev, and the rebound skated out by Richardson down the right wing wall.
Coastal Cocktail goal! Scoring his 11th of the season and second of the game.
Papp is going to start a 2-on-1. Crane, breakaway feed. Poke check by Hajeyev stops that opportunity for the Admirals to get to double digits. Dumped in, cross corner to the far side. As Caleb Price starts it for Jack Piscucci all the way down. And Noah Delmas starts the transition for Ethan Lay. To the corner for Gagnon, through the slot, and all the way out to the neutral zone. Halfway through the Michelob Ultra Zero third period, 9-3 is the lead for the Admirals. Knoll getting help from Caleb Price to start the breakout. Price using his speed, finding a skating lane down the left wing. It's poked in by James Hardy, and they'll head to the bench for a line change. Dangos leaves it behind for Borshov. Borshov walks out from behind his net down the right side and cuts right through center ice. Gains center ice red and dumps it into the far corner. Gagnon chases, body by Magnuson, and McDougall starts it for Killian Keeker-Olsen. 3-on-2 as Reifenberger goes down the left wing, back for Keeker-Olsen. O'Leary, near circle, far side, over the head of Reifenberger on a deflection from Biondi. And Dalton Skelly looks for a skating lane and reverses back. Excuse me, that's a 5, not a 9. So Dangos restarts it. And it's backhanded in by Gagnon. 8:52 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Magnuson taking time behind his own net. With a 6-goal lead, he's in no rush to move it to the near side to Josh McDougall. It's chipped in by Killian Keeker-Olsen for a 4-player line change. O'Leary stays out, going on a light forecheck. Austin May pushes it through the neutral zone. Engum looks for an outlet for O'Leary. Almost too many men on the ice for the Admirals. O'Leary finds Osmondson. Drops it for Hebert. Hebert for Caleb Price joining the play. 2 players on the ice for hat trick watch. Osmondson and Hebert. Florent for Hebert. Rolls through a stick in the high slot. Engum at the blue line dumps it off the far glass behind the net for Osmondson. Osmondson to the blue line. Fluttering puck handled by Engum in the neutral zone for Osmondson. Near side, Caleb Price comes right back in. Price towards the net. Hajeyev with the save, and the rebound cleared away by Smith. And skated out 3-on-3 by Greensboro. Dumped into the near corner. Engum up the wall for Brady Florent. 7.5 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Price will dump it in from the red line and head off for a line change. Hajeyev leaves it for Borshov and pushed along for Bryce Montgomery. Now Richardson down the left wing over the blue line, looks for any option. Montgomery joining the play. Paddle saved by Poulter, rebound behind the net. Pops out in front, Musser keeps it back behind, and he'll cycle it back to the far side, intercepted by Richardson, who stood up by Jack Piscucci. 7 minutes left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. A blue line shot from Borshov gets blocked away by Poulter, and we'll have a slashing penalty against the Admirals with 6:59 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. We'll be back for a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Jack Piscucci will head to the beatbox penalty box for slashing, putting Norfolk on a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill with 6:59 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period, but they lead 9-3.
Box for the Admirals, number 28, Jack Piscucci. 2 minutes for slashing at 13:01 of the third period. Piscucci, 2 minutes for slashing at 13:01 of the third period. The Admirals are on the Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill.
20 seconds gone on the kill. Ethan Lay looking for a drop pass on the near side hash marks. No play at the blue line just yet. Now it's open for Austin May. Lay to the slot. Gagnon shot blocked. Magnuson clears. 9-3 is the lead for the Admirals. And we're taking a look. Live score update. Adirondack has tied it against Reading. 3-3 with 7 minutes left in their third period. So we'll keep an eye on that score. The Admirals up by 6 with 6 minutes to go. Get through the end of this one, you earn 2 points, and then we hope that Adirondack can be successful on the come-from-behind effort to keep Reading from earning 2 points. That needs to be done in regulation if you're an Admirals fan. 42 seconds left on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Off the outside of the net, finds its way to the slot and cleared out to the neutral zone. Straight through center. Biondi over the blue line, has it knocked away, holds on to it, backhands near side, Ethan Lay. Back at the blue line, Biondi, far side deflected by Nathan Knoll. Soft, smart play down the near side wall to chip it down. 17 seconds left on the kill. Noah Delmas down the right wing for Greg Smith. 8 seconds left on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. To the near side, Richardson, and back to the neutral zone. We have reached the final 5 presented by Centera, and we're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. 9-3 lead for the Admirals. Killian Keeker-Olsen looking for Brody Crane. Skate to stick. Crane comes over the blue line. Knocked away by Delmas. And Kumansis sends it to neutral ice. Svetlakoff leaves it for Smith. His shot gets blocked by Price, and time and space on the near side for Piscucci. Turned over. Dalton Skelly in the high slot. Walks, shoots wide of the net. Back behind in the trapezoid. Greensboro collapses, but Piscucci sends it off the far glass and out. Shot goes right into the midsection of Isaac Poulter, and Piscucci does not allow a white jersey out in front. 4:09 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. We'll step aside for one final time. Norfolk leads 9-3 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beat, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
We'll take a look at some of our upcoming promo nights. Tomorrow's Admirals Con and Admirals Hockey is more than just a game, it's an experience. With a lineup of exciting promotional nights coming up, every game brings something new to Scope Arena. From special themes and in-game entertainment to unique fan experiences, you won't want to miss what we've got planned. Visit our website to see our full 2025-26 promotional schedule. Last 3 promo nights of the season, Admirals Con, Beach Bums Night, and Fan Appreciation as we wrap up the home portion of the regular season on April 4th against the Adirondack Thunder, who we're actively cheering for at the moment against the Reading Royals. 5 minutes left in that game, they're tied at 3. 3:50 left in our third period, Norfolk leads 9-3. Greensboro rims it around to the far side corner. Crane sends it back to Caleb Price. Pitched up the near side boards, intercepted by Byro. Centering pass chipped away by Poulter and skated down the left wing by Brody Crane for Jaden Dureau. Dureau towards the front looking for a deflection too far away from Pap. Held in by Musser, stolen away by Greensboro, and they'll come through neutral ice and chipping in at the red line for a line change with 3:15 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Pescucci looks for a skating lane down the near side. He'll come over the blue line, trying to fight towards the front of the net. Battling with Bryce Montgomery, almost taking a tumble as the puck moves to the blue line for Musser. Musser walks the line, shot towards the front, blocked. Pescucci gets it back, pulls, fires just wide of the near side post. Poked away from Michael Cetera as Richardson finds help from Bryce Montgomery. Montgomery under NHL contract with the Carolina Hurricanes, the NHL affiliate of this Gargoyles team, as the puck rolls into the glove hand of Isaac Poulter with 2:37 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Time winding down. I will say, I've only ever seen it happen once, and it happened here at Scope, where the Florida Everblades put up 5 goals against the Admirals inside of 3 minutes. We want to forget about it. It's something that happened, but with 2:37 left in regulation and Norfolk up by 6, we'd like to think positively that the Admirals have secured the 2 points, but got to finish the job. Get out with no injuries, get out with no suspensions, maybe add a hat trick for 93 or 25 in the process, and get ready for the next 2 games here at Scope against this Gargoyle team. 2:20 left in regulation, 9-3 is the lead. Centering pass knocked away by Hardy. Held in by Biondi, near circle, Lay. From the corner, can't get it out in front, and it's thrown to neutral ice. Keeker Olsen chasing it down. Poked into the corner. Borshov stops up away from James Hardy and poked at for Ethan Lay. Inside of 2 to go in regulation. Gagnon fires a shot and he scores. So make the deficit 5 for Greensboro. 9-4 lead for the Admirals still, 1:52 left in regulation. And I know how competitive Isaac Poulter is. He'll take the win on his record, but I know giving up 4 goals in the game is not something he'll take lightly. We'll keep an eye and see what kind of goaltending duo we have this weekend. A 3-3, unlikely to see Poulter for all 3 starts. So we'll see if Worthington gets a start tomorrow or Sunday, if at all. The Admirals needing every single point they possibly can. There's always potential for Isaac Poulter to start the remaining 14 games after tonight and just ride the hot hand. But that's why head coach and general manager Jeff Carr makes the big bucks. 1 minute left in regulation, and Pescucci will move it up the far wall for Christoph Papp. He'll take a tumble courtesy of Doyle, and it's chipped into the benches and out of play with 52.7 left in regulation. 9-4 is the lead. taking a look at some of the highlights from tonight. A lot of good power moves towards the front of the net. We saw Reifenberger's move there. Osmundson finding a backdoor feed from Brady Florent. And then James Hardy on the power play. Those are just 3 of the Admirals' 9 goals tonight. 52.3 left in regulation to round out Friday night action. Still 2 more games between these 2 teams. Tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. puck drop for Admirals Con. Again, be one of the first fans in attendance tonight, or excuse me, tomorrow night at Scope to get one of those Admirals Con posters. And then Sunday, Family Fun Day, our final Sunday home game of the regular season. 3:05 p.m. puck drop to round out this 3-game set against Greensboro. Admirals win an offensive zone faceoff. Pescucci has the blue line. Shot deflected just wide by Pap. O'Leary behind for Pap again. Half a minute left in regulation. Chip to the far blue line. Price holds it. Behind O'Leary, though. So a 3-on-2 begins for Greensboro with 20 seconds left. Shot blocked nicely by Pescucci. He'll start a 2-on-1 with O'Leary. Pescucci over the line towards the front. Pescucci gets it back, and his shot gets blocked to the far corner for O'Leary. 7 seconds left. Price walks, fires off the outside of the post, back to the blue line. Pescucci holds it, and the Admirals are victorious in Game 1 of this 3-game set with a statement victory, 9-4 over the Greensboro Gargoyles. Carson Musser with a 2-assist night. Brody Crane with 2 assists. Marco Reifenberger 2 points. Jaden Dureau a 4-point night. Brandon Osmundson and Grant Hebert 1 goal shy each of a hat trick, and each of them with a 3-point night. And Isaac Poulter picks up win number 21 on the season in game number 33. We'll send it down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimbel to tell us tonight's 3 stars, and we'll wrap up tonight's action and get you set for Admirals Con tomorrow night.
Zero. Thanks for finishing strong with us. Now the 3 stars of the game brought to you by Great Bridge Dental. Tonight's 3rd star of the game from your Norfolk Admirals with 2 goals and 1 assist, number 93, Grant Hebert. Tonight's 2nd star of the game from your Norfolk Admirals with 2 goals, the game-winning goal and 1 assist, number 25, Brandon Osmundson. And tonight's number 1 star from your Norfolk Admirals with 1 goal and 3 assists, number 17, Jaden Dureau. In-arena host Marco Mars is joined by tonight's number 1 star.
All right, Admirals fans, let's hear it one more time for tonight's number 1 star of the game for Jaden Dureau. Jaden, Pretty good way to start a 3-3 here at home with a big win. How'd you guys get it done tonight?
Started with the fans being nice and loud from the first puck drop, and it just, just energy throughout the whole night. It was awesome. Offense, and more offense tonight from you guys. How were you moving the puck around so effectively and getting it into the net 9 times? Yeah, guys are just in the right spots at the right times. Guys are finding each other. The gel and chemistry is really there and it showcased tonight.
And lastly, let's not forget about your performance. 4 points from yourself. What was working well for you tonight?
I didn't do a whole lot. Everyone else was scoring, so I just gave them the puck.
We love hearing that, Jaden. Congratulations on the win, the first star of the game. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Thank you. Go Norfolk.
And make some noise for the #1 star one more time, Jaden Dureau. And Admirals fans, let me hear you make some noise once more for your Norfolk Admirals!
Norfolk victorious over the Greensboro Gargoyles, 9-4 to start the 3-3. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth, wrapping up Friday night action here at Scope Arena. A flurry of offense for the Admirals tonight, putting up a 9 spot on Greensboro. We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. This Greensboro team losing their top 5 point producers at the trade deadline. They lost their captainship, they lost their core, trying to build for the future with a lot of future considerations and a couple of players they're still waiting on the arrival of. So this is a Greensboro team out of the playoffs, still with a lot to play for, though. A couple of players on ATOs, some collegiate players making their professional debuts tonight. They're likely to settle in as Greensboro traveled in today. They showed up at about 3:45 p.m. today, so the Admirals are going to have to come back tomorrow even stronger, as Greensboro is going to be rested. Those players making their debuts tonight know what they're walking into tomorrow, so it's all cylinders firing for this Admirals team tomorrow. But tonight, it's a 9-4 victory. Jaden Dureau, the first star of the night, a goal and 3 assists. Grant Hebert and Brandon Osmondson, second and third stars, as both of them got 2 goals and 1 assist. Osmondson with the game winner, Isaac Poulter with his 21st win of the season, and Jack Piscucci getting his first professional goal. Fast forwarding to tomorrow night, it's Admirals Con night. We'll take a look at a good graphic put together by Ben Draper. I know tomorrow's going to be one of his favorite nights. Kind of spearheading the activities this weekend with trading cards given away tonight. And tomorrow, a big opportunity. If you're coming out to Scope Arena and you already have your tickets tomorrow, be one of the first couple of fans in attendance to get one of these Admirals Con posters. Excellent, excellent work from Ben Draper and Marco Myers, putting this together and getting you set for Admirals Con tomorrow night. One final time up here in the broadcast booth for Ben Draper on my right, I'm Nick Gimbel saying thank you so much for making us a part of your Friday night. The Admirals victorious by a score of 9-4, and we'll be right back here tomorrow for another 7:05 p.m. puck drop on Admirals Con night in Game 2 of this 3-game set against the Gargoyles. Admirals 9, Gargoyles 4, here in Friday night action on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.